Hello, hello. What is up? What is good? We got a new chapter of One Piece. After a 1 week break, we are back. Maybe arriving at the climax of the Brook flashback, one imagines, given that we know this is the story of how Gunko became a holy knight, betrayed her original kingdom, fell out of contact with Brook. Brook, I think, believes she must have died. So maybe there's still some combat, some action left. And the mystery of why their island was plagued by smog, why it was being targeted by the world government. Lots of things to clear up, but I think, kind of in terms of major plot beats, we've arrived at what this was all building to. Once again, so strange that we are having the true Brook flashback right in the middle of Loki fighting Emu, but whatever. That's the Oda special. The cover page harkens back to a kinder time on Elbaf with baby Loki. He's so cute, drawing a picture of Ida. Ida, who was not his real mommy, Hadrudin's mommy, but honorary mommy after Loki's mommy was such a piece of shit. Very cute, very cute. You can see his forest friends as little tykes hanging out with him too. Adorable. Okay. So, the war against this incoming fleet of world government ships continues. There is all sorts of violence flying around here. The Royal Guard looks like it is getting trounced, is the sense I get. Brook in a vortex and a haze. There is a guy here chain smoking. We don't know who he is. Somebody in the comments I saw last week suggests that maybe this is the guy responsible for the horrible smog that was ruining the kingdom. We see Gunko having now just been Dami reversed, and this is Saint Jupiter, I want to say. It's the one that turns into a bird monster. I kind of like this, that they're kind of finding opportunities to make the various Gorosei even more repulsive and stuff, like Saint Saturn showed up in Kuma's flashback and did various horrible things. Now we get a bit of glimpse of Saint Jupiter doing horrible things. Brook running over the king dead, calling out for his bro. We return briefly to the flashback within a flashback. And Emu himself is present here, but only in his kind of like shadowy, blobby avatar. This was an inconvenient time for an interruption. Brook, that man is already dead. What have you done to Princess Shuri? No, she's not capable of this kind of bloodshed. I know everything about the princess. Brook, did you know that I was a celestial dragon? Did you know this man was not my real father? I knew it. I saw this one. I saw this one coming. Brook, of course, kind of making this argument. You know, he is your true father for real. Would have made a huge difference in my life. I've now wasted 16 years I could have spent as a celestial dragon. Do you understand how angry I am? Demanded 100,000 slaves. Wrong. It's because this wretch refused to hand me over. A terrible king who let his people die for nothing. So I had to pay the price. If the king dies, the war is over. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Okay, so this is her real father, the celestial dragon that washed up They're always like freaking washing up places. This was a plot point in Fishman Island as well. The celestial dragon washed up on Fishman Island and demanded help. This is the one that ended up at this kingdom. One of the Knights of Gods, Saint Manmayer Guro, and has the same heterochromia that Gunko has. Princess Shuri has. Normally I wouldn't come to a backwater like this just to recover a single measly whelp, but her bipolar irises are an extremely rare trait, and the Great One desires her. What Wei may not have awakened for me, perhaps she can. Oh my god, it's Aijutsu! It's Naruto!
I don't want to hear about no Sharingans, man.
Oh my god, Gunko has the Sharingan! This shit's gonna awaken for her!
She's got the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Rinnegan. She's got the what was that bullshit they invented for Boruto? I don't even remember.
That doesn't matter. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. We've seen a few times genetic traits in One Piece are becoming more and more a bit of a fascination. The blood of the Davy clan, the blood of the Buccaneers, the Will of D, which is not passed genetically but inherited. Vegapunk alludes that he is researching all of these things. There's also the various lost races and stuff. The Lunarians. So this is yet another. It's another vector that it seems like the world government is trying to retain control of for whatever reason. Bipolar irises, unclear what exactly that does. Change your diapers. I know everything about you, Princess Shuri. Don't act like I owe you anything. Stop that pathetic sniveling. I want the protection of people stronger than you. If I go to the Holy Land, I have no longer any need of you. Okay. Whoa. What the hell? But... But we know he lives. He looks like he got stabbed right through the dang dong head. Whoa. So this is the origin of the extremely huge crack in his skull after he becomes a skeleton. I've never seen anyone survive with a sword stuck through his head. And that, of course, is maybe a little, it's like poetry. It rhymes with Chief Jarul, who also has a sword stuck through his head. Managed to avoid all the major arteries and your brainstem. Yeesh.
My assumption is that was supposed to be like a... Because we see before how it's like there appears to be, and maybe it's some sort of weird trick or whatever, but like the real Shuri inside of her trying to like protect Brook.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
could have been another moment of trying to protect him, of just being like, I can just make it look like I murdered you.
Yeah, and we know that Shuri has been taught by Brook to have his same level of precision strike.
Yeah.
Whoosh. The arrow strike sword. So yeah, I think you're probably right that this miracle is because deep down she was able to wrest a bit of control over the Domi Reversi and show him mercy. Just like she currently is in Elbaf. We lost Captain King's death, sealed it. Someone says Princess Shuri being put onto a government ship. Many civilians have already fled the country. But what country will take in all those refugees?
Well, it seems more complex than a Domi Reversi too.
Yeah.
It's not the normal one where it's just like you are now a murdered orc.
Yeah. And maybe that has something to do with the heterochromatic eyes.
Yeah.
Because
there's a second personality inside her.
And yeah, it's like
Just
Gunko
like,
is the one.
Monster by Skillet.
Oh.
Secret side of me that no one else can see.
Yeah, she's got the skillet gene.
Yeah.
Highly prized by the world government. Yeah, because she's the one. It seems like Emu in particular took over her body during Elbaf.
Yeah.
And not like, oh, he could have done it to the other two and he just chose her. But that was like part of her being there, was that she has that capability. Okay. Brooke. Okay, flashback over. Damn. Back then, I didn't even know about the existence of devil fruits. I always thought I had hallucinated what happened. Such was the shock I suffered seeing my savior dead on the ground, and the terror I felt at the changed princess, her new demonic visage. If those were not illusions, but real memories. My friends, do you think it would be alright if I had faith in Princess Shuri just one more time? I like it, I like it. The transition out of the flashback, quite abrupt. I thought, in the style of One Piece flashbacks, this may include some requisite scenes of then I found the Roombar pirates and blah 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 blah. But no, this is kind of the connective tissue. Of course, that was the last time he saw Princess Shuri, and he was able to connect all the dots. She happens to be a victim in all this. I want to save Princess Shuri, and they do know that already once during Elbaf, she was able to wrest control, albeit briefly, from Emu, and save them, undoing her powers for just a second. I want to save Princess Shuri. May I ask for your help in achieving this goal? Okay, sweet. Let's hurry up and break that block of ice. Use my radical beam and melt it in one go. Okay. This is still so crazy that, like, the emotional tone of Elbaf is all over the place right now. Because we get this scene that has some comedy, but it's kind of, like, triumphant. This lovely moment of them all banding together for Brooke's sake. Even though, he's taking kind of a gamble. Maybe we free her. She's more evil than ever. Then we've got, like, some kind of comical scenes that we'd seen started to play out. But at the same time, the god of rain, Zaza, is kidnapping children, and Loki and Emu are fighting this apocalyptic battle. It's just like so many different modes at once. Okay, Luffy eats up. He's repowered. He's my enemy. I'm overflowing with strength. Right now, I can't see anyone beating me. Quit going after the kids. You world government folks sure do fight dirty. Do you not know why? Shall I teach thee? 800 years ago, thy kind suffered defeat in order to save thy children. Are we about to have another flashback? This, I can only assume, is the Galilea, which is the ancient band of giants. They're like ancient giants that are now frozen in ice, which I assume is because they were defeated. Those, I think, are responsible for the creation of Water 7 and slowly became the Galila Shipbuilding Company because these giants were also shipbuilders and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what Emu is referring to here. Thy kind suffer defeat in order to save thy children. Yeah. The nature of a race does not change in mere centuries. Simply abduct thy children and control thee at will. Thou might not know what is happening to thee, but history repeats regardless. It is too late. Thou art my slaves. Okay, and then Luffy lands the big punch. Hell yeah. We love to see big time villains getting punched in the fucking skull. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. The Brook flashback has ended. We are back to these apocalyptic scenarios. A little bit of lore. I do think the ancient giant pirates, the Galila, the unfreezing of the pirates, this I do think will be one of the final major plot points covered in the series before we get to the big final battles. My theory is that it does tie in somehow to the man with the burn scar that has the final road poneglyph, because that's kind of an unknown. We know that Loki is friends talking on the phone with somebody who is always getting attacked. The man he calls Shaggy. I don't think it's Casey Kasem, whose body is full of crabs. It's some unknown character that's always getting attacked, which would make sense if he's known to have the final poneglyph. And then my theory is that they will travel with Loki for at least a short time to uncover the location of him and the frozen giant pirate army, unfrosting them, another valuable ally in the big climactic war, which might happen right after that. But I think part and parcel with all of that, too, we will see a flashback to the time of Joy Boy, Davy, and Emu, the time of the Void Century, where we will learn about this tragic child abduction manipulation thing that led them to getting frozen in the first place. That is my guess. But until then, we're gonna have some fights and some fun, and Elbaf continues. Elbaf keeps rolling along. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, goodbye.
Goodbye.